Now, after a year that has seen many people lose loved ones, a new festival has been encouraging people to learn more about bereavement and open up about their experience of grief. The Good Grief Festival is a two-day virtual event running this weekend with a programme of more than 100 free activities. It's just the second time the festival has run, and this year it will explore the themes of hope and meaning at the end of a week when the UK is mourning more than 126,000 lives lost to COVID-19. Well, Dr Lucy Selman set up the Good Grief Festival and she joins me. Dr Selman, thank you so much for being with us. Partly inspired not only by the work you do, but also personal experience.
Yes, that's right. So I'm a researcher specialising in end-of-life care and bereavement research. I've been doing that for about 15 years. But I'm also someone whose life has been shaped by grief in various ways. So a couple of years ago, our second daughter, Ada, was stillborn. And it was really that experience which inspired the creation of the festival.
You kind of looked, I suppose, at palliative care in the sense that for lots of people, the grieving process begins at a very early stage, doesn't it? Because they know that they face death in some point in the future, and it's all part of an ongoing process. Others, it can be a sudden and unexpected experience. Are there still common things that the festival is trying to explore that will affect everybody or many people in very different circumstances?
Yes, I think so. I mean, the point of the festival is really to bring people together and create that sense of community so that people can share experiences and listen to what other people have gone through. And that, I think, helps them in their own grief. But crucially, we also wanted to provide opportunities for people to learn more about grief, because there's amazing research and scholarship out there that people might not be aware of, which I think can be of great comfort. So that's really what we're trying to do with Good Grief.
And have you been struck by the sort of responses you've got to some of the things people have been accessing online as part of the festival?
Yeah, I mean, I think the most moving thing really, and the thing that really drives us forward with the festival, is seeing how people connect and share their experiences in the chat during the events. Personally, I'm also really motivated by wanting to support people who've been bereaved over the last year. You know, as you said, there have been 126,000 COVID-19 deaths now, and in addition to that, around 600,000 deaths from other causes. So there's actually over 6 million people in the UK who have been bereaved in the last year and are currently struggling with grief in really difficult circumstances. So an online festival like this really gives people the opportunity to come together, to remember the people they've lost and hopefully find some solace and comfort.
Does it kind of make you, cause I know, you know, you first did this, I think, last year or planning in a very different world, in a sense. Do you see this as now being an ongoing need? Because you said this is a rich area of research. I guess that is going to be enriched further by the experiences of the last 12 months and will point up lots of different directions that maybe people hadn't perceived before in terms of collective experience of grief. Do you think this is effectively the festival is now going to have to become almost a kind of running event?
Well, we're really keen to continue to support the community that we've built up around Good Grief. And, you know, I'm leading with colleagues at Cardiff University a national study looking at bereavement during the pandemic. And I think what's really come out so far in that research is the huge levels of social isolation and loneliness and high levels of need we've identified in terms of emotional support and psychological support. And the festival is another way of giving people access to that kind of information and advice and support.
Lucy, just before you go, do you want to just tell us where people can find this online?
Yes, so if you go to our website, goodgrieffest.com, all the events are free and it's running all of today and all of tomorrow. And there's also a huge amount of content which you can watch on demand from our last festival in October and November.
Goodgrieffest.com.
Goodgrieffest.com.
Goodgrieffest.com. Brilliant.
Yes,
thank you so much. Dr.
Thank you.
Lucy Selman, thank you very much and hope the weekend goes well.
Thank you.